Whether you're using a microscope to see the unseen world, or using beakers to mix chemicals to get a chemical reaction, or reaching out to the stars through a telescope, it's time for discovery and learning. It's time for hands-on science. Hands-on lab safety equipment. A vital part of any lab is understanding lab safety and the equipment used to maintain it. The most well-known piece of lab equipment is the safety goggle. Goggles come in a variety of sizes and classifications based on the amount of protection they give. All goggles serve to protect your eyes from splashing chemicals or flying projectiles. Goggles should be kept on throughout the length of an experiment. You can adjust the straps of a goggle to make sure it forms a comfortable fit. Goggles are kept in what is called a goggle cabinet. Besides a site for storage, the goggle cabinet can also sterilize the goggles. The cabinet contains a UV light source. By turning the UV lamp on for 15 minutes, it will sterilize the goggles. Other well-known pieces of lab equipment are gloves and aprons. Gloves come in a variety of sizes and materials. They are worn whenever handling chemicals. Aprons are worn during any lab where chemicals are used. The apron protects both skin and clothing from possible spills. Two other pieces of lab equipment are the fire extinguisher and fire blanket. The fire extinguisher is known as an ABC extinguisher, which means it can be used to put out the three major types of fires: paper, chemical, and electrical. To use it, you would pull the pin from the handle, point the nozzle at the base of the fire, and squeeze the trigger. A fire blanket is made of fire-resistant material. In case of a person's clothing catching on fire, the blanket will be used to wrap around the person and smother the flames. You can also use it to absorb chemical spills. The eye wash station is used whenever an irritant gets in someone's eyes. To use it, a person would position their eyes above the nozzles. The handle would then be pushed to spray water directly into the person's eyes until the irritant is removed. The safety shower is usually found in the back of a lab or in the storage area. It is used whenever a significant amount of dangerous chemicals have been spilled onto a person's clothing or skin. The person would be positioned under the wide nozzle and the chain would be pulled, releasing a large amount of water. This would dilute and remove the chemicals. The drain in the floor would remove the water. A chemical hood is used whenever chemicals or reactions give off caustic vapors. When the fan is turned on in the hood, the vapors are drawn up across a series of filters and through a vent that opens up to the air through the roof. To remove smoke released in the classroom from, for example, burning paper, one would use the vent located in the top of the room. The vent would be turned on and the smoke would be drawn out through the vent and released to the outside. Every lab also contains a well-stocked first aid kit. Inside the kit is a variety of materials such as bandages, gauze, and antiseptic cream. One final piece of lab safety equipment is soap. Whenever one handles any chemicals in the lab, one should wash their hands thoroughly in the sink. Now you know what to do when you get your hands-on safety equipment.